Hello everyone, and welcome to a new Let's Look At. You might be wondering, what is this? Well, obviously, you already know what it is. It's everybody's golf. Now, I know what you're thinking, Bach, I don't want to watch golf. Well, to be fair, I watch golf, so, Let's Plays or gameplays as well, so... You might be wondering, is everybody's golf any good? Maybe you played Mario's golf in the past, maybe you've played swing away golf, maybe you just like golf sims. I'll give you a little bit of my background. I mainly like the arcade golf games, and this, if you don't know, Everybody's Golf is an offshoot. Actually, I don't know if it's an offshoot or if it's just a remake of Hot Shots Golf. So if you're a fan of that series, you're probably going to like it. So what does this game have? Well, it's got a single player, mainly in the tournament, which is right around here. You get so much tournament XP, eventually a rival, or what equivalency is a rival or a boss, not really a boss, but will show up here. You take them down, you unlock more items, you eventually unlock more activities, where you can eventually drive around in a golf cart, you can go fishing. That's all I've unlocked so far. There's also online, where there's an open course where you can kind of just wander around, play holes, fish, talk to other people if you so wish it. Ps4, which is kind of like a team game. I'm not really going to get into that. We're going to be playing, mainly just show you the gameplay, because that's what the meat and potatoes of a golf game is. And also, you do get coins. I right now have 2,300. You can go in the shop, unlock other things for your customizable avatar. And actually, you can get pretty darn well customized. I've seen numerous things of people that look like, for example, I've seen lots of Marios running around, Android 18s. I mean, you can get pretty darn creative with the way that you make your character look in this. I decided to go the boring route and make it look pretty much like me, so... Now, you can buy different balls, which, to be fair, you might think, well, buy one and you're done. No, in this iteration, they only work for one round of golf. Excuse me, except the standard and beginner balls. Some of them are better from hitting in the rough, some are better from hitting in the sand, some are, well, better for curve shots, what have you. Anyway, let's get into it. Spend enough time yammering on here. Now on the top, you might see the character for a rank 4 versus character. That's the gauge I was telling you about. When that fills up, a new versus character or quote boss shows up. For this one though, we're going to be going to the 9-hole variety because I don't want to be here all day. Not that that takes a very long time, but I really don't feel like doing that right now. Now for those who are interested in just progressing at a breakneck pace, maybe you just want to get all the stuff unlocked and go online. You can hit square, something a lot of people don't know, and it goes to serious mode. In serious mode, a lot of the different competitors, talking like an RPG, the different competitors fire on all cylinders, as they say, and things get much more difficult to actually win. However, if you do, the victory coins and XP is greatly upped, and you get, I think, a higher chance of getting prizes. But since I suck at this course, we're going to be going regular, because the Konaloa Beach is not the easiest place to go around and get birdies every hole. Okay, so here's where customization comes into play. You start, with the standard and standard. Depending on your, whatever you want to customize your character to be good at, you can do whatever. Personally, I'm not that good with timing anymore, so I usually go with the beginner ball, which lowers your power a sizable chunk. But it does, however, make the impact timing a lot easier. Usually to offset this, I use the Big Air, which is sort of the power club, to offset it a fair amount. But if you are confident in your abilities, you might want to go with the standard and the power, so you can push those drives really far. But personally, I'm going to do what I'm comfortable with, and we'll go here. Now, you can also choose different caddies to accompany you. You unlock these by going through the single player.
I'll be accompanying.
Right now, I think I have 4. Suzuki, Elsa, Junichi, and Yuka. You start out with Yuka, and you unlock them in this order. I like Elsa personally, so we're going to be going with her.
Let's hurry on.
Start.
So let's get going. Now, if you're familiar with games like I said, Mario Golf, if I remember correctly, it's been years since I played Mario Golf. It is actually pretty darn close to the gameplay of that. It's a 3-click system. Unless you just want to go the auto system, you can go the auto way. Which is to say you only go to the power. You hit X to start the gauge, hit X again, and then you hit X the final time, But if you do it the auto way, you just hit X, X, and then you just wait, and it automatically does it. Of course, if you go automatic, it's random where it goes on the impact, so it's kind of a... I wouldn't recommend doing it, but if you just cannot get the timing down, you might want to do that.
Hole 1.
Okay, so you might be wondering, what in the heck is going on here? Everybody's just teeing off at once? Yeah, this is not the most realistic golf game. I'm just going to tell you. I would never imagine people actually doing this. Just everybody like a freaking free-for-all is what this is.
Good shot. Nice shot.
And I know you might be wondering, well, what is so interesting about watching golf gameplay? The usually interesting part for me is when I watch people screw up and they start cussing up a storm. I'm going to endeavor not to go that bad, but now if I wanted to be funny, I could try and get on the green and 2. I don't think that's going to work though, so I'm not going to try and do that. Just need to try not to undershoot this.
Just lovely.
I think I hit the tree there. No, I think I didn't. Thought I did. In my experience, while you usually can, if you make perfect shots, get on the green and 2 in a lot of these places, it's usually fairly difficult to do so. Now, the game can be fairly technical if you want to try and make it that way, using backspin, front spin, draws, and fades. Draws and fades are actually pretty easy to do. Backspin, not that hard. Topspin, not that hard. Super backspin, usually not as easy to do. That's going to tilt right anyway. That should be short, I think, because that's when that wind's going to push it back, because I gave it backspin, makes it going to go higher in the air. Not as far back as I thought it would be. That's actually pretty good. Anyway, as you might have saw the shots go up there, or the little bars, the more you use a certain club, the better you get with it. There are max levels, and the things are power, control, which basically means how far, if you miss the timing, it'll veer left or right. Spin, which is pretty self-explanatory, how much you can spin. And then backdoor, which basically means if you manage to get the thing in the hole, sometimes you know if they'll like spin out of the hole. Well, if you get higher backspin, it won't do that as often. Now putting is fairly... Actually, I remember this from Swing Away Golf pretty well, because it's the same system, period. I mean, you just see the little lines going right to left. Well, that means it's breaking to the right. On the vertical lines, it doesn't appear to be doing anything, but if you can't see the vertical lines, you can just look here. You see the line right above the clicky bar? Well, that means it's a straight... It's not actually going up or down, so you don't need to give more or less power. But I would always err a little bit higher in case you don't, because you don't want to just not get there. I'm not the best at putting. I don't think this will go in looking at it. It barely did. And that's only because it was a Mega Cup. But in the game, there's the Tornado Cup, which I know that people are going to go, that sounds like it's not going to be very good. It sucks balls in, so it's actually very easy to get in birdies and eagles. There's the Mega Cup, which is a bigger cup. There's the regular, and then there's the Teeny Cup, which makes putting a nightmare. It's like a really small hole. It's not really... It's not easy to use. So that's... I think I hit that a little too far. Now, another little thing I really like is if you mess up your power a little bit. I think it's after rank 2 in the store. Holy shit. If you mess up your power a little bit, say if you hit X too soon and you don't get enough power, you can hit triangle on your impact and it'll give you that little bit extra power, or circle and take a little bit of power away. So you can kind of adjust on the fly a little bit. It's not very much, but you can do it. That's why I did there. I hit circle instead of X. Take away a little power, and thank goodness I did, otherwise I'd have been way over the hole.
Good enough.
So yeah, I should say this is only the third. I think there's 5 courses. I know someone's gonna say that doesn't sound like very many courses. Look, with all the different hole types, all the different wind and tee setups, because there's the long tee, the short tee, the regular tee. Well, they were shooting over there. I was like, what the heck? Oh god, this hole. This hole, I remember you got to aim to the left, because if you don't aim to the left, you're liable to just fall into the water, because the hill. You can tell I'm liable to go into the darn bunker if I don't aim too far. Ah, jeez. Please don't veer to the left. Okay, that went pretty much straight. You can tell it went straight by the little thing underneath the 1 wood symbol. That ends in the bunker. No, that's right there. I couldn't. Oh crap! Don't go down the hill. Stop rolling. Okay. Oh, I'm on the. Okay, on the bottom right, you can see it's curved to the right. That means if you aim it right here, it's going to veer off to the right. So you got to aim correct it a little bit to the left. May not seem like a very wise idea, but that's what I'm going to try and do. I need a club up actually as well, because that's going up a hill, and the wind's against me. So I think I might have gave it a little too much. That's gonna. Oh, well, I did hit circle. Funny enough, that actually didn't go far enough. Now it's going to roll back down the hill because I gave it backspin. This is not a very good attempt so far. Okay, that is pretty much straight. So as long as I can get it up there, I should work pretty well. I'm going to give it a little bit of topspin. I screwed up the lay of the green. Oh, crap. To be fair, mostly while putting, I haven't noticed any big veers to the left or right, even if I screw up the timing. I think it is a little noticeable on a longer putt, but
hope you stay there.
on the real short ones, it's not that bad.
Hole 4.
But yeah, it's good old-fashioned arcade golf fun. I love this game. I've been playing this probably a little too much. If you see me on PSN, you probably go, "Good God, you ever play anything else?" Yes, I do, but it's so fun. This is a lot of going in the bunker, by the way. Well, it veered left. I'd rather it veered left than right. I just hope that doesn't go too far. I think they call that a hook, Barak, not a veer left. Yeah, I don't play golf. Oh, God, that's going to roll into the bunker. Maybe not. I was nowhere near the bunker, Barak. Yes, well, no one ever said I was good at golf. Just I'm usually a pessimist. Okay, the wind's going with me, means I got to give it a little less. I think that might have been a little too less. Counting on the wind an awful lot here. I don't know if that's a good idea. It was not. Might actually hit X. Would have been a little closer. Okay, so that's going uphill. You can tell by the red. Also, your caddies will say stuff. In my experience, usually they're correct. Though at times, if it's like a snake, when it breaks left and right, they won't get it right. They'll only say one or the other. Usually the first one, like closer to you. That doesn't look like it's veering left or right. Well, no, it's veering right a little bit up there, so move that a little bit over. It's going way uphill, so we need to, that's probably too much. Let me take that down a little bit. There we go. Once you get used to it, the putting really isn't all that bad. I say this on the first day, I was missing every putt. So, once you get used to the grid system and the brake system, also the faster the dots are moving, the more brake it has. Pretty obvious, but you know, maybe you didn't get that. This is not where I want to try and hit that. Let me just club down here. No, not power. Let's just put this, like, here. Thinking about it, this isn't probably a wise idea either, but I'm going to try it. Don't go right. Well, it didn't go right. That's going to go into the rough, isn't it? Close, but no. That worked out just about perfect. Now I should have, I was going to say 3-iron, but I guess 4-iron will work as well. I want to move that a little. Okay, if you swing like that, you're going to hit an obstruction. This is a good idea. This is a good time to show the... I think this is this a draw or a fade? Crap, I can't remember golf terminology, but I'm going to try and utilize this, push it around the tree. When I learned how to do this, it was a revolution in game for me. Oh god, nearly will hit into the water. Don't roll back. This was a revelation for me on how to actually, you know, play courses. Because before I just said, well, screw it, I'll just hit extra power and hit it through the trees. Not a good idea, by the way. Just thought I'd tell you. Shouldn't come as any great surprise, but it did not work out that well. I mean, it did. Funny enough, a few of the time. Oh yeah, it did work out some of the time, but it was not a reliable strategy trying to push it through the trees. Because contrary to popular belief in video games, trees do have wooden parts, and the ball will bounce off of the little branches in there, not just off the trunk. I mean, sometimes it only hit the leaves, but yeah, trying to hit a golf ball through a tree without hitting any of the wood, probably not the smartest idea. But I did it. Not saying it was smart, but yeah. Now, during the, quote, boss fights, and I use that term very loosely, during some of the boss fights, excuse me, there are different rule sets. And, for example, sometimes the rules will be if you hit a shot into the rough, you'll gain a stroke. That goes for you as well as your opponent. Or maybe it's a points match where normally whoever gets the better score wins, but if you tie the score, whoever gets the higher score wins. You get higher score from not hitting things into a bunker. Oh my good Lord Almighty! You get things for not points for not hitting balls into a bunker, hitting longer drives, staying on the fairway, getting on the green. You know, for example, things like that. That's a lot of break to the left. Good God. This might be a little too much. I'm never too good with these horrendous break things. That's going uphill as well, so it's going to break a little less. I think I might have overdid the break.
Right there.
Ah, yeah. See? If I can do that, anybody can. Like, I haven't played a golf game in years
Stay there.
before this. Last golf game I played was Swing Away Golf for the PlayStation 2. Great game, by the way, if you like arcade golf games. Had a story mode as well that I loved. I know some people are going to go, how the hell does a golf game have a story? Yeah, a pretty good story, I'll tell you. But this isn't a review for Swing Away Golf, is it? Now this is a good opportunity to show off the power system. Excuse me. If you hit square, you can up your distance by around 10 yards or so. I'm going to do this just to try not to get into the rough there. And, oh God. Well, I actually went pretty straight. No, it didn't. That went veered to the right. This is not where I wanted it to go. That'll go right into the bunker. Probably deep in the bunker, too. Yep, it is. Well, assuming you don't screw up the timing like I did horrendously there. It's not a bad thing to try. This, however, is going to be one hell of a shot. And by the way, you can't use your heavier clubs in a lot of these obstructions because, well, you might want to hit the ball further, but, well, you can't do that. You swing the ball like that, you're going to hit the turf. Oh, God, I think that's level. Can I push it to the right? Problem is, if I push it to the right, I think it's going to hit the hill in front of me. Oh, man. Well, just try and get it over it. I tried to give it a little more lift by hitting backspin, but at least I got it onto the fairway. I can try for a par here. It's not the best there, but that was because of a poor drive. But, you know, we all got to deal with things like this. So now I got to hope for a miracle chip in from 143 yards away. To be fair, I've done it before. It's just not very likely to happen. Just saying. Okay, that has the wind going to the... this is going to veer to the left. And if it veers to the left, the wind will hopefully bring it back to the right. We're going to hope that this works. Depending on how it went fairly straight, which is not the best. I was expecting that to veer more to the left with the lie the way it was. And yeah, you get more control from hitting things near the cup. If you were far enough distance away. Oh, this is a hell of a... Okay, that's going left to start with, and then right to... Good God. This is like, what, a snake lie or a snake hill or whatever it is. I think it's breaking more to the right at the end. So we're going to go slightly to the left. I know that's going to make the ball veer wildly to the left in the beginning, but we're going to see how this works. That's going downhill. We'll see how this goes. Well, that was not the best putt, but at least I say par. That should not have happened, considering I hit a ball right into the sand in a very bad lie. Now, for example, you see how everybody's like at 0. If this was on serious mode, they'd probably be at like -5, -5, you know, 5 strokes below par or whatever. But I don't know the proper terminology. But they'd be way over there. They would not be as good as they would not be doing as good as they are now. I'm gonna put this here with a little bit of backspin so that hopefully it doesn't go into the water. But I don't want to go into the sand either. The wind should keep it from going too far forward. Come on, don't roll forever. I gave you backspin, damn it. Stop rolling. Okay. That worked out just about the way I wanted it to. Okay, that wind is going to push it back a fair distance. Yeah, we'll try this. I don't think I pushed that hard enough.
Nice shot.
Yeah, the wind screwed me. Also, I didn't hit triangle. I think triangle might have gotten that there, but I don't remember if that was a full power shot or not. Okay, so I actually find this a little bit easier to hit with, like to hit stuff in on the chip than I do putting in this kind of situation. I don't think this will go in, but I'm gonna try it here. Worst case scenario, if I didn't aim right, this will go right past the hole. I was gonna say best case scenario, it'll actually roll up the hill. I have no doubt I would have missed that putt, but since it was a chip-in, I don't think chip-ins are supposed to be easier than putts. Well, sometimes they are, especially with mega cups. Tornado cups are too easy, in my opinion, but you know, I'm not gonna say they aren't fun because they certainly are.
Last one.
Last hole. Good God, 613 yards. I forgot how long this hole was. That's obscene. That's what it is. Okay, I'm gonna do something risky here. I don't think this is a wise idea, but I'm gonna try it. Oh God. I don't think that's gonna do very well. At least the caddy didn't yell 4. Yeah, well, she probably should have. Unless that front topspin can get it out of there. Is it? It's out. Topspin for the win. This is not a wise idea. Where's the 3-wood gonna put me? The 3-wood's gonna put me in the water. I think I'm actually better off with... I'm actually better off just to do this and try and not hit it as hard as I can. I think that should work.
Nice shot.
I'm not a good golf strategist, by the way. I've been known to hit things... Oh, hell. Don't go... No.
Oh, no.
Well, at least it didn't go in the water. Like I said, I'm not a good guy. I should have hit backspin on that, so it would have kept it from rolling quite as much, but I didn't do that. Now, this should go veering to the left, or to the right, excuse me. So this should hopefully... That was way too hard. I guess I was banking on the 68% there, but if it goes farther, then I'm kind of screwed. It didn't. It hit the 68. Or at least it didn't hit the 90, because I hit that way over. Okay, so it's going uphill. It's a little too soft. So I use triangle, give it a little bit of topspin, see if I can get there. It didn't.
Great approach. Steady.
And this should be a fairly easy putt, I think. Aha, nearly didn't get enough on it. But yeah, that's the vague gameplay mechanics of Everybody's Golf. It's a 3-click system, X, X, and then X, or X, X, and then triangle or circle. While also holding up or down. You can also do fancy golf shots like the rising shot, or super backspin, or super front spin. They teach you how to do this in the game. I don't really want to confuse all the people that never played this before with needless stuff like that, so... Yeah, I recommend getting this game if you like golf in the least bit. It is a great time. Now, when you do complete things, there's a few little systems in place I'll explain here. They do, of course, keep records. This was not my best run, because I wasn't really concentrating as hard as I possibly could. That's the excuse I'm going to go with here. Tournament XP, we've already went over that. To the next boss. Items. These are usually customizable options that you can use to outfit your avatar. And the club, well, basically, you get higher grades the farther you go. I think they said it's random, the rewards you get. So, I'm still waiting for Big Air. Was that Big Air? Anyway, gallery members. This is a bit more convoluted, but not really. As you see here, if you beat the computer with 3 strokes or more, you get more people in your gallery. What more people in your gallery gives you, the immediate benefits, to my knowledge, are 1, it's a trophy, if you get all of them, and 2, for every milestone of people, you get an upgrade to one of your clubs. Like every category of it by 1. So it's pretty good to get more people in your gallery. And that's about all. I'm not going to go over the fishing because it's a very rudimentary fishing system. And yeah, I would highly recommend trying this game out. I love it. Also, if you want to know, you can if you want to see the player customization thing, you can do that here. And it's a very, very in-depth system. You can change your body, your head, anything you ever wanted in that. The fashion sense, call me bland, I guess. I just make it look like me. But you can also change your movements and your your way that people act after you do this or that and the thing, how they sound. Of course, some of these are more suited for different, types of characters, but also, if you're online and you see somebody that you go, wow, I want to look like that person. If they have in their character thing selected in the copy edit or whatever, copy config, if you have okay, then you can basically copy them. It costs a lot of coins to do so, but you can copy and use them as a template for making your own character down the line. Off the bat, you can make 8 characters. If you buy a thing, you can make 16, though I have no earthly idea why you would need more than like 2 or 3, but maybe you really like having extra golfers filling different niches. I don't know. It'd be hard to keep to those niches in my opinion, but you can do it. So that's about it for everybody's golf. Hopefully you guys came to a decision whether you want to give it a shot or whether you want to give it a pass because you like more sim games. Honestly, if you like more sim games, I've heard the Golf Club 2 is fairly good. So, but I'm not going to play it because I don't want a sim game. So thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this in some way, shape, or form, and I will see you next time. Farewell, everyone. Until then.